earners put you to sleep, make your whole family mourners. When we're done with you, they're gonna have to pick your ass up at the corners. Me and my crew will hit you with that right left, leave you toothless, yeah, cause we're ruthless, yeah, that's some true shit. You don't wanna mess with cheddar in this camp, we left you cats in the ambulance, yeah. Food stands, leave your clothes bloody and damp, then we're scooping up your trends. By the way, where I'm from, 508 is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from. See, I'm repping that Medicine Place media. My producer Gio likes the way I flow like an encyclopedia. Whack cats are on me like bad bacteria that they get dragged from a dusty-free large cafeteria. Central Mass is where I reside, where you can't run and hide. I can verify that we're statewide, leave you horrified because you're unqualified. I'm just glad I survived. Time for me to put it in the overdrive, leaving these cats back. We live. All right, what's up, Turtle Riders? How are y'all doing out there tonight in Turtle Land? Glad to see you all. People are starting to stream in. That's good to see. I would ask you guys, I have shared the link to this live video on the Turtle Boy Sports Forever page, which got a little weird today. Some weird things going on in the Turtle Boy Sports Forever page. I've shared it there. I've also shared it on the Terrence Colley Facebook page, which was sharing some weird things yesterday, which is odd. So go ahead and share either of the ones. You can follow Terrence Colley. Philip Prentice is going to be back from suspension in 2 days, so I'll be back on there. Clarence Woods Emerson, I don't know what's going on. It exists. It's broken. It's like literally Merrimack. I've never seen this before. A fucking just broken, not a suspended account. A fucking broken account. I can log in. I'm not suspended. Every time I try to post or like something, I get a thing that says you can't do this. And no, how long has it been to me? I don't fucking know. It's just broken. So those two pages are good for now. Anyway, yeah. So how you doing? Merrimack Valley Turtle Bay is with us tonight. She's making a return. How you doing?
Hi guys, I'm good. I'm glad to be here. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been many, many months, and we're glad to have you back. And I'd also like to take this time to remind you guys that none of this is possible without our sponsors tonight. And that would be our good friends over at Andrew Porter Contracting in Charlton, guys. If you're in the market for a new roof, you want it done right. You want it done by professionals. You want it done by people who have an outstanding reputation in their field of work. Well, that's what APC Roofing does. Andrew Porter Contracting, who specializes in roofing, does better than anybody else. They do roofs. Check out their Facebook page. I would urge you guys right now, if you haven't already given their Facebook page a like, it is in the comments section of this live video. Give them a like. You'll see some of the quality work that they've done, some of the various places all over Worcester County and slightly beyond. They'll go beyond the borders a little bit. They're really well known. They have a great reputation. They have a 5-star rating across the board. You name it. Google, Angelist, Home Advisor, whatever. They're an Owens Corning preferred vendor. And oh yeah, today's February 29th, the last day of February. And they do a giveaway every month. This month, they're giving away free tickets to the Boston Bruins. Your first place, Boston Bruins. They're giving tickets away. So head on over there. Give them a like. To the random Turtle Rider who likes the page gets free tickets to the Boston Bruins. Go over there, show some love to the Turtle Boy advertisers as well. We're also doing another giveaway for another sponsor coming up kind of halfway through the show, so keep posted about that. All right. Anyway, all right, good. We're over 100. That's good. We got a nice little crowd coming in here. We got a fun schedule. So how we like to start off every episode of the live show is a little thing called Where You Reppin'. Let us know in the comments right now. Where are you watching the live show from tonight? Go. Minifans for TV. I like that. I know. I'm about to chew up the Minifan crowd. Thank you, Danielle. I really appreciate that. Can we give Diane a wrench? I took her. Oh, no, she got the wrench. Okay, she got a real wrench. Okay. We got Burlington, Vermont. I'm going to be there in 2 weeks, Accountability for Vermont. I'm going to come see you. Tucson is in the house. Woonsocket's in the house. Stoneham's in the house. Walpole, Worcester, Arlington, Gardner, Avon, Abington, Uxbridge, Albuquerque, Dudley, West Bridgewater, Nashua, Norton, Dorchester, Manch Vegas, excellent. Salem, Marshfield, Glendale, Arizona. That's a new one. We got 2 Arizona. We got Tucson and Glendale. Bristol, Connecticut. I get it. Westminster, Plymouth Beach, New Braintree, Ipswich, East Hampton, Connecticut's in the house. Nice to see you, Alyssa. West Roxbury, Weymouth, Holden. Welcome to Holden. Excellent. Dudley, another Dudley's in the house. What else we got here? South Korea, Camp Humphreys, Adam Delory, Ada Baby. Lunenburg. What time is it in South Korea? Jeez. Long Island's in the house. That's a new one. New Bedford, delivering food. Mexico. You really in Mexico, North Shore? You did not tell me that. Auburn's in the house. And West Tisbury's in the house. Another Auburn. Quincy, Avon, Pittsburgh. Excellent. Taunton. Another Bristol. Stop it, Jacqueline. I know what you're doing. Burrillville, Malden. Let's see. Medford, Australia, mate. The Ham. What's the Ham? Framingham? Dedham? Needham? I don't know. Brockton, Stoughton, Quincy, Milford, Londonderry, Portland, Braintree, Quincy, Connecticut, Lynn, the Southbridge, Pawtucket, New Bedford, Fall River. We're all over the place. Andover, Palmer. You forgot it. You forgot Randy. I did not forget Randy. I'll give her a wrench. Here, Randy, I'm giving you a wrench right now. There, Randy's got a wrench. People want these wrenches. They really matter. Lauren, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. Leominster, China. Jesus, another Pittsburgh. Holy cow. Canton, Eastern Bloc. I can't read them all. Portland, Maine, Western Mass, Lawrence, Amesbury, Wareham, you name it. You're all over the place in Coleraine, of course. Is Laura back too? Do we have Laura in there?
Small town representation. I love it.
Did she just say Bristol, UK? Is there even a Bristol, UK? Yeah. We're all over the place. We're international. We got some Australians in the house. We're going to have a good time today, folks. So, all right. So, first thing we got to talk about is this rumor going around, Merrimack, that all bloggers who left Turtle Boy left on a bad note and they all hate me. Is this fake news or true?
You know, this is one of the, I love coming live. I wish I had time to do it more often, but this was one of the reasons why I was so amped to come tonight, because that whole aspect, among all of the other crazy things that have been going on, that really pissed me off. Obviously, what happened with the bloggers being doxxed and all of that, it's been a fucking nightmare. Yeah. But just for the record, I want everyone to know I speak on behalf of all of the bloggers that have been around since, God, like
2017.
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, I brought a lot of you guys on. Yeah, that was a big
completely untrue. One, that statement came from somebody who has never spoken, neither to myself or any of the other bloggers, no matter what they have previously stated. That is completely untrue. There has been no contact between the previous bloggers. To get that information is completely false. The hiatus that happened back in, we're going back 2017, end of 2017,
yeah,
had absolutely nothing to do with any discord between any of the bloggers in Turtle Boy. We actually had, I think at that point, that was like, I felt as though that was the heyday. We all got along amazingly. That Turtle family was super tight. Yeah. There was never any issues between the bloggers and you. There was never any unfair treatment. The end of 2017 was a shit show into 2018. We had a trifecta of fucking nonsense. We had go figure, we had a previous blogger that threatened to do and was trying to do exactly what was just done. It was threatening to dox all of the writers at that time. That was issue number 1, followed directly by the all of the problems that snowballed with Gaffney and that lawsuit and that shit show.
Yeah, that was a shit show.
And then we were shadow banned on Facebook. Yeah. So it was like this 3-tiered problem.
Yeah.
If people stopped blogging as often or if people left, those were the reasons why. It never had anything directly to do with our relationship with you or our relationship with each other. Mm-hmm. Myself and all of the bloggers that wrote for you are still super tight. So I think it's funny that information came from somebody who was doing the exact same thing that a crazy-ass blogger was attempting to do 3 years ago. Yeah. So for the record, no, that is absolutely not true. And we know it. And if it comes from a horse-faced mouth. I mean, take it for what it's worth. You can believe what you want. But for the record, for all of the riders, and I think a lot of the diehard, I hate the whole, like, we've been here since, Busgate.
I don't like that either when people are like, I've been here since Busgate. That's always my favorite line.
I think anyone with half a fucking brain can figure out, especially the way that things have unfolded after that statement was made, that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So no, there was never any issue back then.
Yeah.
We were good.
Yeah. So I'd also like to address. So there's been something that happened today that on the Turtle Boy Sports Forever Facebook page. Some of you guys might have seen this. It was only up for a couple minutes. All of a sudden, the Turtle Boy Sports Forever page posted this really mean, threatening comment underneath the blog that we posted yesterday about what's been going on with me and my personal issues and business issues and stuff like that. And it was really threatening. Jesus, thank you very much, Patty. Really appreciate that. Bail money if ever needed. Thank you. And Steve, very much. And all of a sudden, like that comment, I'm like, people who know me know, like, it called a certain individual who shall not be named a cunt. And it was like, when you looked at it, I'm like, you look at it like this is a clear violation of, if there was a harassment order in place, this would violate it, right? And I look, and I was immediately alerted to it by, I won't get too into it. Turtle Riders made me aware of it, but I was alerted to by other agencies about it. And it's just not me. I don't talk like that. And obviously, I had thought it was like an alternative account at first. Like anybody can just create their own Turtle Boy Sports Forever page and then just, change their profile picture, go and leave a threatening comment, screenshot it, and bounce, right? That's what they could do. But it had the freaking thing that said author on it. So, you know what I'm talking about, Merrimack? The author thing?
Yes.
Yeah, like that indicates that like it's a legit, the actual account holder posted that. And so I'm like, I didn't post it. I wouldn't do, why would I do that? Like, obviously I'm not going to do that. And then I realized like somebody's got fucking access to this account. And so you might know, I'm not going any further. I've had a long day with this and I cannot give up any information about what's going on, and I will not be getting into it. But I want to clear that up because a lot of you might have seen that, and I just want to make it clear, I did not post that. No one affiliated with Turtle Boy posted that. And I have a big smile on my face right now, okay, for a reason. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say right now. So I have a huge fucking smile, and I'm very happy right now. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk about some Turtle Boy shit because this shit's been consuming way too much of my time. And let's get to it. Want to jump in? All right. You know which one I want to start?
Good.
We'll start off with an easy one.
Today was a good day. It's probably one of the better days you've had in the last week.
Oh yeah.
So someone wrote that you were stressed. No, you're smiling. That's a good thing.
Yeah, like I was stressed. Like I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, oh my god, was I stressed yesterday? Like I didn't want to fucking do anything yesterday. Like I didn't post a blog till 5. I posted one freaking blog yesterday, and it was about how bad my day was essentially. So I was like fucking depressed yesterday. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, this isn't fucking worth it. I'm like, holy shit, I can't do this. And then today happened, and I have a big fucking smile today for a reason. So I'm feeling.
It's funny, like we've been back and forth, talking all week, and it wasn't until really, yesterday into today that I was like, hey, you still going live tonight? And it was the first time ever that I thought you might say no. Yeah. No, I really thought about maybe he won't.
The show must go on. That's what I say, and you got to give the people what they want. You got to, because that's the thing about this is no matter how bad I'm feeling, it's like you got to get through it, because people need content. Like I'm not gonna stop, but trust me, this is the biggest challenge I've ever faced since the blog started. Fuck Gaffney, fuck all these other lawsuits. Those are all problematic, but like this is like the first time when you're sitting in your house worried. Like I kept looking out the window and wondering when the police were going to come and take me away. And it's just a terrible fucking feeling. And let me tell you that. You're powerless against it. And then I feel a lot better today. And you guys know that everything comes out in time, right? Nothing can be stated right now. But I have a big smile on my face for a reason. All right, guys? So, let's get started. First thing up.
I'm getting the same thing. Every single time I'm on live with you, everyone's like, "She's so loud, it's awful."
I gotta work on the volume. No, because it's my fault. I got you on blast. All right, talk. Let me say something. Say, hey, Turtle Boy.
Oh, hey, Turtle Boy.
How was that, guys? Was that the right volume? So I'm working with the computer mic, not
every time. I get yelled at every time.
It's my fault because I can just adjust the volume control. So I want to make sure, because I hate that when you listen to a podcast and then one person's mic is louder than the other one, it just fucks up the whole thing. You got to keep switching it. Okay, so we're good. All right. By the way, do you follow the Kirk Minahan podcast at all?
What'd you say?
Do you follow the Kirk Minahan podcast at all?
No.
Okay, so we have a lot of crossover with Kirk Minahan's show. He's on Barstool now. He used to be on WEI. And, Kirk Minahan is somebody that I've respected for a long time, and he's respected me, and he's shared my work, and he's promoted it. And we're on the same team. We're fighting the same fight, even though I'm now on the Jerry Callahan podcast, and he hates Jerry Callahan. But today, I don't know if you guys saw the news today, check out Kirk's tweet. Kirk announced that he's having suicidal feelings, and he's going to mental health evaluation, and nobody knows how long it is. It's fucking crazy. Like, I pray for Kirk. Kirk's a good guy. I mean, battling mental illness like that, he's very open about it. I don't know what's going to come for that. So that's why somebody made a comment before about Minifans, and I mean, there is a lot of crossover here. And I mean, we'll hold on to Ford as best we can for content, but nobody can replace Kirk Minahan. So pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Anyway, he said he hates me. He does not hate me. Kirk loves me. What are you talking about? Now, let's get started on this first story out of Somerville, shall we? Kirk and I talked about this the other day. He texted me. He said he was at this game because his son loves basketball and they go to random games. So this game's at Billerica. And
it's Billerica, not Billerica. It's Billerica. Two
Billerica. There's like 5 syllables in there. Come on, stop it. Billerica. So Billerica, there was a basketball game between Somerville and Billerica. And this chick shows up. Her name is Elizabeth Duclos Orsello. So she's got a hyphenated last name. So I already kind of, and I can tell just by looking at her, I already know everything she's about. Like, there's a 0.0% chance looking at this chick, she voted for Donald Trump. I think we can agree on that, right? Like, no way. Like, this chick gets mad about everything. I'm sorry, in the hyphenated last name, I know there's a lot of turtle riders out there that have the hyphenated last name. Don't think I'm making fun of all of you. But hyphenated last names are kind of on my list of things that I shit on, like CNAs. And I know there's some good CNAs out there. That's fine. But, for the most part, it's true, hyphenated people. It's true that there's if you have a hyphenated last name and you're a woman, there's a very good chance or an increased chance that you have you're like a raging social justice warrior with a stick up your ass. Just saying. And can I ask you this? What happens when two people with hyphenated last names get married? And does their kid have 4 last names? How does that work? No,
I don't know. They probably don't think about that too far in advance when they're not deciding their kid's gender on their birth certificate at birth.
Yeah, that too.
I don't know how that works.
You know what? I have a friend that has a hyphenated last name, and she told me that she agreed more than anybody. She's like, I hated it growing up. I had 2 fucking names. Everything was longer. Filling out. She's like, you know what the worst part was? Doing the freaking MCAS thing and filling in all the bubbles. They would run out of bubbles all the time. That was a real problem. So
I just thought it was funny that, like, this woman just being in Billerica, I feel like the second her car passed the town line into Billerica, she probably immediately just started like glitching out.
Yes.
Because Billerica is, let's not pretend that Billerica is not pretty much a dump.
Well, yeah, so we all remember the Billerica rappers. She could
have gone to fucking CVS to buy Vagisil and she would have been triggered about something just because it's Billerica.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Billerica is basically, especially northern Billerica, it's like Lowell Jr. kind of. Like, it's way too close to Lowell for.
It's Billerica is Lowell and Andover's love child.
Yeah, basically, yeah, kind of. It's a good way to put it. And it's like we did that profile on those rappers from Bill Ricka last year. What is it,
Yes,
Rizzy
yeah.
in the crew? I mean, that's what you get in
Yep.
Bill Ricka. That's the clientele. So anyway, this chick decides to go to the game. Now Somerville's a completely different thing. It's a bigger city, but it's just it's a wannabe Cambridge. It's turning into Cambridge. They're all moving there, and they all look like this chick, and they all have hyphenated last names, and they're all looking for something to get mad about, right? So this chick goes to the game, and she tweets this out. Anyone have contact at the MIAA to report this? I witnessed Bill Ricka, MAHS high school students doing a quote-unquote tomahawk chop during state basketball playoff game against Somerville High School this evening at Bill Ricka. Breaks all code of conduct, spoke to AD, told me, quote, oh, they've been doing this forever, end quote. And she posts a goddamn picture of them and a video, and the kids are doing, that chant, oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Yeah, that's one of the most common chants in sports. They do it at Florida State games, Atlanta Braves games. I mean, the goddamn Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. They do that all the time. I don't know if this woman's never seen this before, but it's like a very common thing. And it's not insulting to Indians. It's just like, that's like saying that, like, Notre Dame Fighting Irish are, like, racist. Like, I'm Irish. Am I supposed to be offended by them? Like, their mascot's a freaking midget that dresses ridiculous and, like, is the stereotype of, like, an angry Irish dude. Am I supposed to be mad about that? You tell me. I don't know. I mean, it's like, well, I guess not. So this woman decides to be offended. This is what white women love to be doing. The hyphenated white women, they love to take offense on behalf of other people who didn't ask them to be offended. You know what I mean? Like, is any Native American person offended by this? I find that hard to believe.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Like, yeah, I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. Like, maybe they are. I mean, for the most part, I find that hard to believe. I think it's a pretty cool chant.
If they are offended, I would like to hear it from them and not fucking
Yes.
Debbie fucking
Yes.
bifocals.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just feel like at a game like that, it's a cool fucking chant. I mean, even if you are Indian, I mean, that's a pretty cool fucking stereotype. That's a cool chant. It's catchy. Oh, you're fucking warriors and shit. Like, that's badass. That's a really cool stereotype to have. It's a lot better than Fighting Irish. You're like this. You have little man syndrome. You want to fucking fight everyone and shit. Like, what's your problem, dude? Chill the fuck out. Like, I'm sure you can find out with lots of, and there's like all, what Sutton High School, their goddamn mascot is? They're the fucking Susies.
Oh.
The girls are called Susies, and the boys are called Sammies. I'd rather be the
Susie's
fucking...
and Sammy's.
Susie,
I know that, which is funny because I worked in Sutton for a long time, and I never knew that.
Oh, yeah, and it's like gender... I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with genders now. Now that anyone can be their own goddamn gender. I don't know what the non-binary kids are going to do in Sutton. But what I'm getting at here is, like, Indians is a pretty cool friggin' mascot. Just shut up and enjoy it. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. Anyway, we have a Sutton person in the house. A Susie or a Sammy? Which one? Yeah.
See, this is why she's a social justice scholar and not a social justice warrior.
A scholar, yeah. So let's talk about this woman's background a little bit, right? She just screams Elizabeth Warren when I look at her. Good God. Oh, look at those glasses. And she's literally a caricature of, what I think of when I think of a social justice warrior. Offended by everything, the glasses, all that stuff. And you see this guy, Derek Babin. I wish I got this guy on the show. This is one of the greatest Twitter roasts of all time. Hero of the day. Wins the internet forever. Derek Babin comes in with possibly the greatest alley-oop of all time. Throws it up there. He goes,
They're so good.
Oh, I know. Thank you for addressing this. And he tags her. Have you contacted D? So he's like pretending to care. And she's like, who's D? D's nuts! Oh, it's brilliant. Give that man the fucking internet award of the century. Oh, God, that's beautiful. God, that's beautiful. And she immediately like changes her profile, makes it private after that. You look at her profile, it's like professor of American Studies, I swear to God, social justice scholar. That's a fucking thing. And
I know.
by the way, my sources in Somerville tell me from the Somerville Police Department have informed us that this woman literally went down to the police station around the time this blog was published, because she was getting blown up on Twitter before the blog was published, and tried to file a complaint that she was being harassed on the internet because she said something stupid. I mean, yeah, God, it's beautiful. Oh, God, it's beautiful. Anyway,
The best part was like, like when you go down and you posted the link of her trip to Greece, and like the best part about it was when you mentioned you have 2 to 4 to 6 to 12 months to like expand your horizons.
Can we watch it?
I was like,
can we just watch it real quick? Okay, we gotta watch this.
Months to just go to Greece.
I know.
And for going to university, bitch, unless you have teas and crumpets, I don't want to hear you utter the words. Go to university.
Yeah,
I loved books.
The only person that can use that around here is Laura, because she's from England, and David Owen. You guys, like in England, that's what they say. They go, "We're going to university." Not in America.
Yeah.
In America, we say, "I'm going to college," right? In England, they say, "Going to university." So there's a difference here. So I feel like if you're in America and you're saying that, "I'm going to university," you're just trying to sound British and elitist. There's this thing that we consider like the British more dignified than us, and these people want to be British, basically. I think. Anyway,
it was hard.
Yeah. So she's what's called a Fulbright scholar. These people, I don't even know what that means. If you're a grown woman and you call yourself a scholar, you fucking learn and shit. And she's like, I love to read and go on my laptop. And of course, it's in this pretentious, douchey looking coffee shop somewhere in goddamn some gentrified area of wherever. And here we go.
Answers. So when I think about education, I talk about education, and I think about education being far, far bigger than what happens just in a classroom. Education can happen by talking with someone you meet on the street. Education can happen by looking at graffiti art that has been done in a city.
Time out. Graffiti art that's been done in the city. You know what that is? That's like the white woman trying to sound like down with urban culture, right? She's like, ooh. Yeah. Ooh, you black and brown people in the cities and your graffiti. Ooh, a lot of people consider this vandalism, but I am the cultured white woman, and I recognize this as the art it is. And you know what the person that wrote that vandalism said? Nah, bitch, that's just vandalism. Fuck you, what the fuck is wrong with you? Give me your wallet. So anyway, she goes on.
Education can happen from a quiet moment, listening to music being played as you walk by. For me, education is the key to people learning more about themselves, learning more about others, and thinking collectively about how we make the world in the future better than the one that we share now.
Look at the face.
My name is Elizabeth Duclos Orsello. I'm here in Greece as a Fulbright scholar.
Ooh.
I'm teaching at Aristotle University in Thessaloniki. And I'm also working on a range of projects thinking about the ways in which the humanities and the academy in general can engage with real people and real issues that cities are facing and society is facing at this moment.
This is a fucking job. This is a goddamn job. She's probably getting paid. Thessaloniki, that's nice and shit. It's like, is that the one where they got the cliffs? What am I thinking of? What's that Greek city that chicks love? They love to go to. It's on Instagram all the time. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't go to university.
You're not one. Yeah, you didn't go to university.
I live in the Bay Area. What do you want? Although I do find her turquoise earrings very offensive.
Why? Why is that?
Because it's Native American jewelry.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's cultural. Santorini. Thank you, Noah Shore. That's the one. Santorini. So she's over in Greece, which is a lovely country with a lovely shoreline, having a good time, becoming a scholar, and she goes on.
So being here as a scholar with my son.
With my son!
Has been wonderful. It's been wonderful for us to have the opportunity to really have what in some ways is a grand adventure.
Oh, yeah.
When you are a parent and you are a family, you get to know a place in a whole different way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I applied for a Fulbright in part because I had one other wonderful Fulbright experience 6 years ago, and I wanted another opportunity to learn from people outside the United States about their lives, their
Bitch,
cultures,
you wanted a vacation.
and
What
to
you talking
think
about?
more about my own work and my own interests through those lenses. And Fulbright is really the one program that allows for that and encourages that. I would encourage anyone to apply for Fulbright if they are willing and interested in letting themselves be transformed, to really be willing to take 3 or 4 or 6 or 12 months of your life and let go of what you think you know, let go of what you do normally, and really allow yourself to be in a place.
Oh my God, I can't even take it. I can't even take it, Merrimack. Like, yeah, you should go to Greece and become a Fulbright. I mean, just give up 6 months of your life, right? Fucking do it.
Yeah, and anyone can totally do that.
Yeah, I mean, she's totally not completely out of touch with reality or anything like that. It's like these people live in a freaking box, you know? I feel like if you work in a university, if you work in university, then you...
I bet she had her vagina steamed next door to that coffee shop.
Oh, it got steamed good. It got steamed nicely. Because that shit was dry. And she, like, these people just live in this insulated world of college. I went to, are you a college gal? You didn't go to university, did you?
Me?
Yeah, did you go to university?
I went to Harvard on the Hill. I went to Quinn State, bitch.
Oh, did you? Okay. So, you know, I went to UMass, right? And I got to be honest with you, it's not real life. Like, it's literally 4 years of fantasy land. That's all it is. Like, for me, it was just party and get wasted, and I'll go to class once in a while, whatever, right? But when you actually go to class and you are, like, talking to professors, like, none of those professors I had or anything like that are anywhere close to, like, what people are like in reality. It's just literally an alternative universe. Like, and so I can understand how somebody that works in a college like this and, like, is living a life like this could go to a Bill Ricka basketball game and be all offended, you know, because they're not living in reality. They don't understand what everybody else knows. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, she lives in it's just crazy. Her bubble is enormous.
Yes. Yeah, North Shore says she wants to go to Australia. I'd love to go to Australia, mate. That'd be really nice, but it's kind of far, you know? I'd rather go to Australia than Asia. I'd rather see Australia than goddamn China or Japan. It seems like a waste of time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is the Genduso interview I did the other day. So I
wanted to ask you real quick. I want to ask you real quick about her. When she said she contacted the Bill Ricka AD, did she ever like hear back about that? Is that why she like went further and was so pissed off?
Well, the Bill Ricka AD told her to fuck off. He basically didn't tell her to fuck off. He's just like,
okay.
He's like, yeah, we've been doing this for years, and she's like, that's unacceptable.
He's like, this is Bill Ricka.
Yeah, he's like, dude, it's fucking Bill Ricka. Like, what do you expect? You know? And she's like, well, I'll be taking to Twitter then. Starts tweeting away, hashtags going on. I'm like, oh, that'll show him. And then it fucking backfired. Oops. Anyway.
These nuts.
Yeah, these nuts. Oh, God bless that man. God bless that man. All right. So, anyway, let's go to the Genduso. I want to talk about Genduso, right? So, this was really... I woke up yesterday, and Turtle Riders freaking hated me. Like, it is the... people like... There was some exit speeches going on. People like, I'm never going to look at you the same. So, I thought it went well when it was going on, and people in the comments seemed to like it. But people afterwards were like, dude, what the fuck got into you, Turtle Boy? You went soft on me. You saw a pair of tits. And next thing you know, you're a fucking fanboy. And so I went back and watched. Now, you watched it. What were your thoughts on it? You go first.
You know, it's funny because Leah...
Say it all.
I don't even know where to begin with her.
Speak.
Her saga. Leah has been back and forth. I mean, you wrote about her initially. It's like over 2 years ago.
Yeah, many times. Many times over the 2 years. Yes.
And it's funny because she never disappeared after. And I remember so many times, you know, scrolling through comments and I'd say, there's no way that person posting is actually Leah, you know, because people make up all these burner pages and whatever. But I always just think, there's no way that's actually fucking Leah. it always was, like she always just sort of stuck around and kept up with it.
And that's why I wanted to have her on, because she started showing up in the comments and like people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, we need like an introduction here if you're going to be doing shit like that,
Yeah. And so for over and over again, I kept saying like, there's no way that's actually the Leah,
Yeah.
And so when you had her on, and I knew the second that you announced that you were going to go live with her, I knew that people were going to just be one of two directions. They were either going to be interested and interact with it, or they were going to be pissed. And a lot of people were pissed. But I have to say, I'm not a huge Leah fan. I'm not like,
I don't expect you to be.
I don't hate her. I think she's some ratchet shit. I think she's fucking weird. But I have to give her credit for having the balls to stick around and go on live.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I was listening, and I said this to you, when she said no, when they were offering her jail time, my first thought was, thank God she never went to prison, because she'd be wifed up. She's hot as hell. I think she is.
Yeah.
So I did listen to the interview. I thought it was ballsy of her to come on. I thought it was crazy timing for her to come on this week, considering this week has just been a fucking tornado of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she did.
Yeah.
And people can have their opinions, and and you always get that I've been a diehard rider since whatever. You don't have to like it, and if you don't want to stick around, then don't. But I thought it was kind of interesting to hear her take on it, and her side of things, and where she's at now, and where she plans on going. But yeah, that was definitely out of left field. I didn't think that was coming.
Well, I see Lauren says she wants to call in, and I will take calls on this momentarily if you guys want to call in. But let me just explain myself, because I feel like this needs an explanation. So, first of all, as a content creator and an entertainer, when you have one of the most infamous blog subjects in the history of your blog, and they're willing to come on after you exposed them repeatedly over a period of 2 goddamn years, and they're still willing to come on. I don't care who it is. I'm taking that interview, right? If Adolf Hitler wants to come on here and explain to me how he made the trains run in Germany, I'm going to have him on here, period. I will have fucking anybody on my podcast and show that is newsworthy, right? Period. She's a public figure, and it's fucking crazy. Really, when you think about it, it's fucking crazy that it happened. Like, she's literally one of the most famous. It'd be like having goddamn Didi Delgado on here, except I wrote about Leah more than Didi Delgado, like, over a long period of time. And I do think, so I made a mistake when I said that that I destroyed her career. I didn't destroy her career, right? The facts did, right? So I didn't do shit. I should never have said that, right? And when I went back and watched the tape, a common criticism people were saying there is like, you were flirty with her. You would, yes, guilty as charged completely. I'm a flirty guy in general, especially when I talk to women. I'm very flirtatious. And I challenge you all to go back and listen to the first Amanda Sawyer interview. And I flirted with her too. And she's fucking nasty, right? Like, so that's what I do with guests when they come on. I make them feel comfortable, right? I don't want to press too hard. Like, I pressed her a little bit. There were some things in there where I'm like, you wouldn't have got that job, right? If it weren't for this. That, like, you got the Andover gig because, I made it very clear that, like, she disagreed, but I said my piece. Now, the one thing that I didn't bring up that I goddamn should have, and I didn't forget, was what you reminded me of right before we started coming on.
I know.
The Tony Lombardi account. Now, if you guys recall, during the Landon Steele thing, when that all happened, right? Landon was dating Leah. That's how it all kind of started again. Brought her back into it, whatever. And she used the Tony Lombardi account to send messages that were definitely threatening to a couple, or at least one of the women who was trying to warn her about Landon, right? Trying to tell her about Landon. And and it was like clearly, and like they mentioned state police. I forget how we figured out it was her, but we did. And what was your connection to that? Because I don't even remember this.
So when that resurfaced with the whole Landon Steele thing, I was scrolling through and saw, there's this account that's threatening various people, and it's this this picture, and the profile picture of clearly a burner page is a guy named Tony Lombardi.
Yep.
Pretty sure his profile picture, like no shirt, kind of jacked on a beach, said he was from Somerville. Now, the second I saw that picture of this profile picture, the Tony Lombardi Facebook page, it was like, ding, like 2 years ago. It had to have been right after you wrote about Leah, right when shit hit the fan for her. I had gone on live with you, and
I remember that.
A day or two, I think it might have been like maybe even that night.
It was like the next day. It was in February. It was like right when it happened, February 2018.
It was when it happened, and I got a Facebook request, which they get filtered, so I didn't see it initially. But it was within a couple days, and it was from that Tony Lombardi page.
Yeah,
and they messaged me and said, I think they called me a stupid cunt or something.
You know,
but it didn't dawn on me that
it was her.
That it was her until you
18
recently
months later with Landon Field.
Yeah. When I saw that photo, I was like, holy shit. So Leah, if you're out there and you're listening, sorry, I think I'm a cunt.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy about that though is she knows who you are. Right?
Yeah.
How else could she message you?
Yeah.
Ooh, because you're one of the,
because she messaged my personal Facebook page.
Yeah. And you're one of the ones that didn't get doxxed this week. You're one of the few. Like, there were 3 bloggers who were doxxed this week. What was that?
And you know what? I don't know how I have managed to sort of like skim the surface under the radar. And if people want to track my IP address, and there's been other times. The last time I think I came on live with you, we were talking about, it was, I don't even remember who they were, but it was the, trash bag motel room abortion anniversary gathering.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes.
And that person messaged me the next day on my personal account. And they called me, you're a dumb looking hickey bitch.
Really?
How do you live with yourself? You're a piece of shit. So there have been people that somehow put a lot of time and effort, way more than I have ever put into knowing who they are, that have found my personal page and have messaged me.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to see that Tony Lombardi burner page brought up like almost 2 years later, recently during that Landon Steele thing. And I was like, holy shit, they messaged me a long time ago.
Yeah, it is. And so Gil, first of all, I would like to point this out to all and I see what you guys are saying and I don't disagree. I gave myself for that interview a D+, because I didn't ask the Tony Lombardi question. And there's a couple times where I could have pressed harder, no doubt about it. And she's a good looking chick. What am I going to say? And she's not being hostile to me. And I'm a fucking softie. I don't know if you guys know that about me. People think I'm like this fucking vicious dude. I'm really fucking forgiving. Like all those people in the Discord who talked shit about me, said the worst shit, like accused me, 4 of them have come crawling back. And I've forgiven 3 of them. The only one I haven't forgiven is Angelo Doc Holliday. He can go fuck himself. He's done. He's out. Matty Moe, out. He's never coming back, ever. Ashley Azevedo, done. You're never welcome back here. Those 3 are never welcome back, okay? But the others, if you come back with a full apology, a real one, I'll take you back, okay? So I'm very forgiving. And these people, did some fucked up shit. So I'm a forgiving guy. Now, I look at with this chick, and it's like, yes, okay, so you know what I like to look at it is like, who did you harm? Who did you harm? And the people you can argue that the people she harmed are the one person, right, who didn't get into the state police academy because of her. That guy was harmed, right? You could also argue that other troopers who didn't get, certain the job in the Andover barracks, they got stuck out in Cheshire, right? They got harmed. So I will say that there were certain people that have every right to fucking be mad at her and all that shit. And I definitely think women are more apt to hate her than men. And another thing I want to say too is that the whole I love Leah, that's a little bit over the top, right? People are saying I'm indifferent to Leah. I'm okay with her. She's a blog subject.
That's exactly how I feel about her. I'm very indifferent about Leah. Like I said, I think it took balls for her to come on. I think it's taken balls for her to still, make her presence known. Like I said, when she was commenting, I always thought there was no way that's actually Leah. One of my biggest things that I disliked, and it was early into your interview with her, was, I graduated, I took care of myself, and I bartended at the Victory Cigar Bar, been at the cigar bar a million times. And I fell in with the wrong people. We get that. A lot of people fall in with the wrong people.
Yeah.
I fell in with the wrong for a big chunk of my life. I didn't end up where she is, so I feel like that's a cop out.
Yeah, I know. I feel you on that one, definitely. And I mean,
and she can retell her stance on things and the way things happen for her all she wants. That's her prerogative. I don't necessarily believe a whole lot of what she has to say.
Yeah.
But I will give her value on her ballsy factor.
And that's what I'll give her value on. The fact that she came on at all, not knowing what I was going to be like. She was warned by a lot of people not to come on. It was a trap set up. She came on anyway. I give her credit for that. I could have been harder, and I'm sorry I let you guys down. However, for all the people saying out there, oh, you were just flirting with her, blah, blah, blah. I'm not that stupid, guys, right? It takes more than a pretty face and a nice rack to screw me over like that. Especially with the whole she who shall not be named thing. I am very fucking skeptical now. People are like, oh, it's going to be Bristol all over again. You're going to do this. I'm not giving her the keys to the kingdom, guys. Like, she doesn't work for me. That's not how it works. I just had her on for a fucking interview, and if she wants me to, if she wants me to help her save a fucking dog, I'm going to save a dog. It's about the dogs. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you people want from me. I do apologize for being soft, but I can't help it. That's who I am. I can't hate this chick because ultimately, when you look at the people she wronged, like, we have, on the scale of Turtle Boy, like, people have fucking wronged a lot worse than that, and ultimately, it's like the system. She's the only one that got in trouble for this. She should have gotten in trouble, but nobody else did. And that was my biggest pissed off, is that nobody else took the blame for hiring her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, I don't know. So, Lauren, please call up. I know you said you wanted to call before. I'd like to hear from some people. I will say this, that if this was a 500-pound chick, right, and I was the same way with her, just being all flirty and nice and stuff, none of you guys would have said the same thing. You're only mad about it because she looks good. I'm telling you, it's subliminal, right? And people are like, oh, you're a married man. I'm not trying to bang this chick. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just being nice. That's how I am, right? So, do you want to? I assume Lauren disagrees, and Lauren's a big supporter and a big fan. If anybody wants to call, you call Terrence Colley on Facebook right now. I'll take your call. Okay? Give you guys a minute to get it together. Genduso is deceptive and thinks she's smarter than others. She knowingly lied on her application and boned the boss to slide through. So that's another question I could have asked is, like, what do you think of the allegations that, like, you got to where you were because of who you were dating? And I didn't really press that one. I suppose I could have, but I just didn't see the point. Because she would disagree, and
it's she's gonna, even if it were true, she's gonna deny it, and it's sort of just
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The audio issues made me tune out. We fixed the audio issues later on, though. Where'd Lauren go? I really want to talk to Lauren. It sounded like she wanted to call up. I hope she doesn't hate me because I love Lauren. She's a good fan. Yes, KT, do you have my personal phone number? If sure, call it up right now if you want to talk. I mean, it was a cool interview. I did enjoy some of the behind-the-scenes stuff to know, like, what was going on from your perspective when this all went down. And I would like to point out that my incident with teaching, like, Lee and I were both taken down by a blog. That's one thing we have in common. The difference is the blog that took me down was fake news, and the blog that took her down was legit, right? So, but we did have that in common. And I thought it was interesting, our backgrounds, and, like, the one thing we could have in common was, like, we were both blackballed by our former co-workers, right? And we both were kind of surprised by that. People I liked and trusted didn't want to talk to me because I was accused by some fucking blog of bullshit that was clearly not true. Like, people I liked were my friends in school, just didn't return my phone calls and shit. So, anyway, yeah. Anyway,
is Lauren going to call in?
Does nobody want to call in? People are saying they wanted to call in. You can call in. You can call in on Facebook or KT has my phone number. You can call in that way. I didn't log you in. Thank you, Ida. I appreciate that. Katie can call in with my phone. Yeah. Go ahead.
Personally, when I think about Leah, after the aftermath when she started working dispatch, and then she did her application and they did the screening process. I don't know how she didn't just have constant anxiety all day, every day.
And that's interesting.
Like waiting for the ball to drop. Like that. That's a horrible.
And that's a question
thing to think about.
And I didn't get credit for asking that question. And I asked her that. I'm like, what is that? And I was kind of surprised because she said no, she didn't have that. And she got caught.
She seemed very nonchalant about it, which is great. Because if I were in that situation, everybody's different. You can't say I would or wouldn't do.
We got a call. We got a call. Hold on.
Here she is. Answer.
Okay. Hold on, Sheila. Hold on. Let me put you on speaker. Call ended. Call back. Hold on. Let me call you one more time, Sheila. All right, I'll put you on.
Diane said narcissists don't have anxiety. Well, that's the biggest thing. That's kind of why I'm just turned off by her. I don't think I would have pursued that career coming back from what she went through. She did. I'm not her. I'll make her decisions. But for me, I don't think that anxiety would be worth it.
True. All right, Sheila, how you doing?
Hey.
What's happening? Can you guys hear Sheila?
So excuse me. Yeah, it's me.
What's happening?
What's going on?
What are your thoughts on this?
I don't think a lot of people realize that the inner workings of government systems, it's all in who you know. So, yes, she did a little dancing around the situation. She didn't say all the details. She got that job because she knew someone. She didn't get vetted the way that she should have. She just got pushed through.
Mm-hmm.
So it was her dream job. Of course, the girl morally, yeah, it's wrong. But she offered the opportunity. Who wouldn't? Everybody would.
It's true.
She would have never made it as a cop long term because it wasn't her passion. She got what she deserved in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And now, but to keep reliving it and rehashing it.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, she's old news.
Yeah.
But nobody else tried.
Turn off the sound of the Facebook.
Is it bad? Is the audio bad? Oh, crap, because I got the freaking Facebook on too. Okay, let me mute.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, God damn it. Okay, let me try it now. So anyway, one more... sorry about that. There might have been an echo. But basically what Sheila's getting at here is that if you're presented a job, right? If you're, given the opportunity to take a job, who the fuck's going to say no? What's she going to say? No, right?
And for benefits for life, a pension. I worked government system for 17 years.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but you're selling your soul to the devil.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
All right.
In
Cool.
2015 to the current day, you're getting hired for everyone you know. End of story.
Yeah.
She died for it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, totally.
It's irrelevant. She's over. She's done with it. I don't know what she's doing. And she's still not truthful.
Yeah. Well, I got so much shit for this, but you know what? Hopefully we didn't lose any Turtle Riders over. It's coming.
You know what? But we all know that you're flirty because I've met you in person.
You have.
I'm 500 pounds, and you were still nice to me.
I'm very charming. Am I not?
You are. It must be the blue eyes. I don't know.
Must be the blue eyes, yeah. That's just how I've always been. I'm always that guy. So, I can't help it. That's just the way I talk.
You're very bashful, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not cocky. I'm not cocky or anything like that, but, I'm not afraid to be friendly with anyone. It's just how I can't help it. It's just the way I'm built,
Yeah, we just need to stop clapping in court and then we'll...
Yes, you guys got me in trouble. You were in court that day in Milford. Yeah, you were in court that day, yes. So.
Alrighty, I'm going back to bed. Bye, guys.
All right, bye-bye. All right. So, Celtic Tim, are you still with us, Merrimack?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Celtic Tim is calling up. He says, answering this call will place your current call on hold, or you can merge calls. I'm going to hit the green button here. Hopefully you stay on. Hold on. Let's see if he adds. If not, I'll call you right back. Celtic Tim.
Hello?
Celtic Tim, how you doing?
Aiden, how you been, brother?
Good. How are you doing?
All right, so look, didn't she say that she was about to move out to Montana with him?
She was about to. Well, she was talking about it. Yes, correct.
And then last night she says, hey, I ain't seen him in years.
She hadn't. It sounded like
So-
she got the Manti Te'o thing going on. It was an online relationship. That's what she said.
See, that doesn't really add up now, does it, though? So she's just going to bounce out to Montana with some guy she ain't seen in years?
I would not put it past her. She seems like that kind of chick. I mean, if you're
All
her,
right, and look, I know I'm not pissed off at you. You know, you had 8 miles of cleavage staring in your face. It's kind of hard to focus. I get that.
fair enough.
Now, if she was also trying to claim that she earned that job through stats.
Yeah, that's something.
And
You're right.
That's
I should have come back harder on that. You're right.
yeah, that's impossible. She got that job because she was with Ristine or whatever his name
Well, I
is.
think I will say this in her defense is that when she was a cop, there were 0 complaints about her performance on the job. That's the only thing.
Okay, but K9 is one of the hardest jobs to get. People wait years to get,
That is true.
right?
That is true.
And what? She was still a rookie, essentially, right?
Yes. Well, 4 years in, yeah, whatever.
So it was either, so it was either Ristine or Polito, and you definitely should have pushed her on Polito a little
No,
bit
but
harder,
I did
right?
push. We got an answer with that one. The answer is that Karen Polito did not lie. That was that was a good thing we found out because Karen Polito denied knowing her, and Leah's like, "Yeah, I just met her once and took that picture." So they're both saying the same story.
Oh,
Leah has no
okay.
reason to lie about that.
Okay, all right. I must have missed that part.
Yeah.
Then. Maybe I was staring at her cleavage at that part.
I mean,
Okay.
it was a little distracting. I'm not gonna lie, but the hat was cool. You got to
Yeah,
admit,
it
the hat
was.
was cool.
Yeah. I've got a shirt to match
Oh, do
coming
you?
your way.
Yeah, Bristol, Connecticut.
Yes,
Fucking
sir.
Dump. Fucking absolute.
Yeah.
dump.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I added the CT in there
Yeah.
just because that's what we're talking about.
Aaron
We're talking about
Hernandez,
Connecticut.
man. Anything that produces that scumbag, geez, not good.
No.
Cool.
No.
Well, anyway, I gotta let you go. We gotta go on the
All
next
right,
topic,
brother.
and I gotta call Merrimack
Yeah, man.
back. We'll talk to you later. All right?
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Great show.
All right, Merrimack, where'd you go? We still got you here. You still with us, Merrimack? I gotta call her back. Get her on the line.
Got me?
Yeah, we got you back. I thought I could merge it, but I guess not. Welcome back to the show. All right, look, we're going to go into the next topic here. We're all lead out. It was a good time. And we're going to talk about, I want to talk about this Wareham mom today from the story, from the blog today. Because this was a fun story, wasn't it?
Oh, the football dance?
Yes, the football dance.
Yeah.
So this has been on my list for like 2 weeks because it's literally been going on for 2 weeks, and I never got around to it, and it kind of climaxed at the end of this week. And I'm gonna pull it up. Where to go? Come on, Fupa computer. It'll come up in a moment. So anyway, there was this dance out in Wareham. It was for like kids age 7 to 14 involved in this youth football league, like the Tigers or something like that. And it was controversial because you have this woman here, and her name is Rachel Porter. All right, and I you know me, I judge a book by its cover because it's usually freaking right. If it's got a shitty cover, it's probably a shitty book. And if the first thing I see when I go to your Facebook page and you're a grown-ass woman with kids is a goddamn picture of you with a bottle of JMO doing duck face, I know where this
JMO.
blog is. I know where this blog is going. Like Jenna JMO, that's who she is. Look at her. Oh man. Yeah. So this is what we're dealing with. If every fucking picture of you is like a close-up goddamn selfie and you have a door knocker hanging from your nose, it's not a good sign. She doesn't look bad though. I'm not gonna lie. I'd have her on the program. Anyway, this is what she posts on the Facebook page, on her own Facebook page. Not only her page, but on the community page. If you're going to post it on your page, a rant, it's one thing. But if you go to the local town page, it's because you're trying to start some shit. You know what I mean?
That's all local town pages are. people pissing each other off.
That and like, hey, does anybody else know about trash this week? A lot of that going on.
Did anyone hear that helicopter?
Anybody hear that helicopter? Yeah.
Like up here, like my favorite town page up here is the Haverhill 411 pages.
Yeah.
Because it's free entertainment. It's amazing, and it's always like, I heard this really loud bang. What was it? I don't know. A fucking meth lab. Calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking meth lab. So this is where Rachel.
Fucking bad. Good. Like,
Rachel Porter writes this. After much deliberation, I decided that when the right thing needs to be done and prevail, and for the loyalty and protection and support of my daughter, Adriana Turner, it saddens me to report this story. However, it must be done to see to it that it never happens again to any other child. On Valentine's Day evening, my daughter, Adriana Turner, went to the dance sponsored by the Wareham Tigers, a fundraiser to support a wonderful youth program we all know and love, with her girlfriend, who will remain nameless. She was excited. Her lovely, beautiful, and charismatic manner was beaming. She was dressed, like always, simple button-down and jeans. Her short hair was and has always been one of my favorite attributes of her uniqueness and ability to be true to oneself. During the dance, she was approached by a few board members who were also chaperoning this dance. It started with the first bathroom incident, where she was approached to leave the ladies' bathroom from an adult chaperone and told she was a boy and needed to leave. After her friends and herself assured the staff that she was indeed female, Adriana laughed the first incident off because she is used to this. In her words, quote, I know I look like a boy, unquote. Family, friends, and even her stepfather, who also was at the dance, were quick to let people know she was in fact a girl and was told by the acting president of the Tigers that it was handled, and the night went on. On the second time she used the bathroom, she was told once again to leave the bathroom as she was a boy, and even after being told by Adriana herself that she was in fact a girl, this woman continued to tell her she was a boy and to leave the bathroom and was not to be in the girls' room. At which point, an active person on the board told staff she was in fact a girl, and the night continued. The third and final offense was when my daughter went to the bathroom and was once again met by an angry and hostile board member who threw the door open and stated, "This is enough. You are a boy. Exit the bathroom." At which point, my child, who had texted me that she was harassed and in emotional distress, I was en route, and when I arrived out front, was met with a hysterical and emotionally distressed child. She told me what had occurred and that she wanted to leave, how humiliating and embarrassed she was considering this was all done in front of her peers and adults. I was mortified, angry, and I told Anna I was going inside to find these people to set the record straight and hold them accountable for the hatred, discrimination, humiliation of a child, because they were in fact presuming her gender, which is gender profiling and illegal. Upon entering the building with her girlfriend, who pointed out one assailant in the doorway to the dance, I had a confrontation about the fact that the girl they were banning from the bathroom not once but multiple times was a mistake. 2, then 3 times is ridiculous. I told said person that she was a girl, I birthed her, and that was her gender. I then removed with force from the premises from the president of the Tigers, since the Tigers board members responsible for such actions have not apologized, not taken accountability, and not one action to remedy the mistake has been done. Instead, however, they lied, been dishonest, and put me on trial for defending my child. They accused me of attacking this individual, which did not happen, pushing a child into a pole during my confrontation. Once again, did not happen. Their story has changed 10 times, and then basically I set up a meeting where I need to face a board of apparent bigots and explain myself, and my reaction as a parent, facing a no trespass on me because they were wrong. They have conspired, covered up, and lied to remove their guilt, even jokingly saying I should bring further action because they truly have no remorse. Well, for all you know this, I will not stop until my daughter is vindicated. Action. You will all be brought to justice for what you did to my innocent child, and I will not stop till I see to it. You will never discriminate or humiliate another child this way. You will not intimidate me with your idle threats, your false accusations. I have lived in this town my whole life, And when I tell you, I will make sure justice for Brandon prevails. You can continue your cover-up. You select few are cowards, and I will see to it that this is handled not in your political board member way, but by the system put in place to protect youth like Anna. Hashtag justice for Anna. Hashtag I will not stop. So, quite the rant there. Quite the rant. Jesus.
So it was like someone get Unc an oxygen tank, and I was like, dude, I'm exhausted. Just look, you did that voice.
I know.
Like,
yeah. So this is it's just like all, you know what really pisses me off? All the periods. Like they just one fucking period. You don't have to do a million periods every time to end a sentence. Like I already know everything I need to know about her. A, by looking at her, and B, by reading that. Just the grammar. Her idol. The kid was idle. IDOL. There were so many amazing spelling mistakes. It was fantastic. So of course, go ahead.
I gotta give a shout out to Tina Lawrence. She wrote, "This annoys me because if your child dresses like it and knows they look like a boy, you need to teach them to have thick skin. People will always get it wrong, so you can't cry about it, and mom can't act like a rhino over it." And it's so true. I'm all for. It's weird. I mean, I have kids, and I look at some of the things that are the norm now that weren't, in the 90s when I was their age. And I think that is very true. If you are going to have your children go to a dance with their girlfriend, and your child dresses like and or acts like a boy, that's their prerogative. And I think that you should support your kids and whatever their identity is and respect that.
Yep.
But you also need to teach them that people are not going to be accepting of others no matter what. People are shit.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
So, one,
People
yes,
are shit.
your child should have a thick skin. The other issue here was that I thought was funny is people have said, like how many times does one child need to go to the bathroom?
What do you think of that?
I don't know if you guys ever went to a middle school dance, but I did, and bitches be crying in the bathroom all the time.
They do.
So I don't think necessarily. Oh my God! Has anyone here ever been to a goddamn middle school dance with the drama and it always ends up in the bathroom?
True.
That's fine. But the fact that what killed me was that the stepdad was there.
Yes.
This child were running to stepdad. Mom shouldn't have had to show up. Period. Stepdad, whatever, should have taken the reins and handled that himself. Or the child was not as upset as maybe she's let on. So
Right.
It doesn't fucking add up to me.
What I think happened.
It doesn't add up.
Yeah, I mean, what I think happened. First of all, okay, you want to let your kid be a free spirit. Good for you. You want to let him dress like a boy and have the boy haircut. Good for you. You forever give up the right to complain when somebody gets the gender wrong. I'm fucking sorry. I am sorry. It's like you're doing it on fucking.
Absolutely.
Right.
And do I think any of the chaperones there were malicious? No. Maybe with however many chaperones were there, they legitimately thought that this was a boy going into the girls' bathroom. Not once, not twice, 3 fucking times.
Well, here's the thing. Guess what? It only happened once, as it turned out. According to people that were on the board in there, it only happened once. And the woman who did it is Cape Verdean. And, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or not. But I'm sorry. If you see what appears to be a boy going into the bathroom with his arm around a girl, with his girlfriend, right? You're like, they're going in there to fuck, right? I'm sorry. And as an adult, you have to be like, right, you can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was people were like, well, how many times does a kid have to go to the bathroom? However many fucking times they have to go to the bathroom. And was it 99.9% like a misjudgment because they actually thought this was a boy going into a bathroom with a girl? Yes.
Yes.
But mom showing up shouldn't have had to be, shouldn't even have got to that point. If your stepdad is there and everyone knows what he looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big fucking dude.
Big fucking dude, yeah.
If you feel like, oh my God, all this is going on and this is, boiling over, you go to your fucking parents and be like, hey, and that didn't happen. Mom showing up is a fucking joke. Mom coming in and acting like a fucking bull in a china house is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where the part that she forgot to put in her rant, right? Because according to the league, yeah, she forgot to put that part, right? So Jared Chadwick, who runs the president of the league, he comes on there and he tells the real story. The real story is that, first of all, they have 30 chaperones for 100 kids. So even if it was multiple times, it would be understandable because it's not like during the freaking dance they're going to conference about this, right? So like it would be completely understandable if it did happen 3 times, but it didn't. Secondly, like you said, why didn't she go to the stepdad? Well, my theory on that is simple. You know your mom. You know when you got the crazy bitch mom. And you know that, like, I can just fucking text my mom, and she going to come down here, and she going to do some crazy shit. And it's going to be fun, and we're going to fuck with this lady, you know?
Senior-old bitch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it goes on to say, during the dance, we were getting the reports there was a boy in there. Our chaperones keep checking up. It happened. We apologize. However, then Rachel Porter shows up at 8:40, pushing past our chaperones that were standing there and knocking over a 13-year-old girl, causing her to fall into a structural support beam, injuring the child's right side. She then proceeded to start yelling in a violent manner with her finger in the face of said chaperone, making a scene in front of over 100 kids. You know why I believe this guy over her? Because he only uses one period at the end of the fucking sentence. And it's like, because I'm sorry, I judge a goddamn book by its cover. I see this and I'm like, okay, this guy seems like he writes regular sentences, grown-up sentences. And then you got the other chick there with like those long things about idols. Like, holy crap. And so as it turns out, she not only went after and assaulted, that's what it is. You knocked over a fucking kid because you went in there like a rabid cheese hog looking for a freaking chaperone to fight or something. And you also threatened another girl for telling the chaperone that there's a boy in the girl's bathroom. And literally there's 2 girls fucking hiding in the bathroom crying because this crazy bitch is coming down here trying to fuck them up, right? And the dude apologized. She didn't take it. And they set up a goddamn meeting. And guess who didn't show up?
Mom didn't show up because there weren't any 13-year-olds to show up there.
Exactly. She didn't show up because, according to her, she wasn't going to recognize the quote-unquote tribunal, as she called it. So she's not going to show. It's like, so clearly she's not looking for peace. She wants to get it out there. And I noticed that 3 days ago, Mike Ciccone from Boston 25 News commented on her page and wanted to speak to her. And I'm told that she did an interview with them and spoke to them, and they never aired it because even Fox 25 News knows bullshit sometimes. You know, it's like even though...
Our sources say that this bitch be cray.
Exactly. Even they can figure it out, right? And then the sister shows up, and she's telling all these people that they're ignorant and shit, and meanwhile she can't spell goddamn words. And the mother of the victims show up, and they're like, bitch, you crazy, you hit my kid. Fuck's wrong with you? And then you didn't show up to the meeting. And she's still unrepentant. She's still going, I'm sorry if your daughter was blamed. Your child did nothing wrong and is not at all blamed. She was and is a child. If your daughter was blamed by anyone, it was not by me. Bitch, you're missing the point. Nobody's blaming the child. They're blaming you because you're fucking crazy. And as a mother, I am standing up for my daughter. Oh, I can't. Can we stop? I fucking hate that shit. I hate when people are like, yo, my kid was disrespected, so that gives me the right to go fucking full ratchet on your ass. Like, no, it doesn't, bitch. Just because you're being emotional, just because your kid was disrespected, doesn't mean you can walk into a goddamn middle school dance and start pushing kids around and shit. You can't be having that. Can't be having that. Like, what are these people talking about? Like, oh, I'm a mother. I was an angry mother. You know? What am I going to do?
She's thankful that it didn't go in the other direction. It didn't explode in her face, and, like, she gets dragged down for assault on a minor. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. So, I'm not going to back that.
Your kids, but not when you're ratchet.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, if this association would like to twist stories to protect themselves, that is fine. My daughter was a victim, and I'm not going to, even if this was true, even if all this was true, the daughter's still not a fucking victim. The worst thing she went through was 3 separate incidences of being mistaken for a boy, which she looks like on purpose.
Someone wrote up above, someone left a comment that was like, if you were mistaken for a boy 3 separate times in one night, doesn't that mean you're winning?
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, isn't that what you're trying to do?
Oh,
you know,
God.
And anyway, it goes on to say, if your daughter was victimized by chaperones blaming her, I'm very sorry. However, that is not me. And oh yeah, by the way, for what it's worth, the stepdad also killed someone in a wheelchair a few years ago too, and he's out. So she obviously has great taste.
Maybe that's why he wasn't approached by said stepdaughter.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm not saying
so,
shit, stepdad. He killed someone.
So long story short, how does this story end? Well, let's find out. I have been very quiet in recent days in regards to what happened to my child in the Valentine's Day dance. The Tigers board unanimously voted a no trespass against me for going to the dance to defend my child for these actions. They have continued to defame my name and my child's and have made the version of the story the only story apparently they have falsely accused me of allegations. And today, I was served the no trespass. They also included 4 Viking Drive, which is the middle school. I have a child that will be attending there, and our child plays sports there. I am wondering how the president of the Wareham Tigers now has general jurisdiction in this town. Now he controls the public schools. I am dumbfounded. Nonetheless, for anyone waiting for my response, here is my response. I have one job as a mother, that is to defend my children and protect them. You do not get my reaction, Wareham Tigers, without your actions or inactions. Every time I play this situation out, I go into the dance. Every time you hurt my child, which you did, I will defend them. Sorry if you don't like it. Sorry if you can't understand. And once again, I'm sorry you have lied continuously about the events to protect your reputation. You continue to keep your supporters in the dark with deceptions and lies. That is fine, with the truth will prevail. In the meantime, you have made a child hurt and humiliated and continue to refuse to apologize to the child, but I am the monster. Me? Be assured, this is not over. Hashtag justice for Anna. So, she's not done yet. I don't think we've seen the last of her. I don't think we've seen the last of her, guys. I don't think we've seen the last of her. Anyway, pretty wild shit. Let's give her a call. I got to see what she's up to. We got to call her up. We got to message this broad. Because I haven't even checked her Facebook page. Whenever people get featured on Turtle Boy, they do one of two things, right? They shut down or they double down. Very rarely do they just completely ignore it. And it appears as if Rachel, Rachel was a Porter? Rachel Porter. Let's see, Rachel Porter. Okay. She's a DNA. Has she posted about it yet? No, she has not. We will add her as a friend, and we will message her right now. Hello. And we'll call and see what happens. Contacting Rachel Porter. Ooh, she doesn't... It's ringing. Maybe we'll get an answer. Come on. Imagine this. Please yell at me. Please yell. I'll flirt with her too, guys. You think I'll just flirt with Jenduso? I'll flirt with her too. Jenduso never hit a kid. I'd like to point that out. Never ran over a fucking kid. Okay. Not answering. So anyway, we gave it a shot. Why don't we, real quick, I guess we have time to get to this. Let's talk about, actually, you know what? I don't want to get, I just want to talk with Turtle Riders. I was going to do the Kent Geddes video, because that shit was hilarious. I guess we could briefly talk about it.
Dude, that guy, holy shit.
That was one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
Hilarious.
Yeah, amazing.
Like, at first I was like maybe he's being proactive, like, oh shit, I got put in a weird ass situation and I just like want to get a jump on things. No. Yeah. You know why it's a no? Because you're ratchet and fucking creepy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had the guy
almost for a split second it was like, oh man. Like maybe you're trying to get a jump. No.
Yeah.
It was a fucking shit show.
Thank you, Suzanne. She says oxygen tank for Unk. Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's great, yeah. She took her rant down. Oh, man. Oh, so it did kind of work. Oh, man. Anyway, let me talk about this guy real quick. So we had the guys on Wednesday who actually do these videos, and they were interesting characters. And I do like, they're getting shit done. I'll give them that much. No matter what you think of them, they are getting shit done. But the way this one played out was wild. So they bust these guys. They get the videos. First of all, they text them weeks in advance. They get them to meet up for a BJ or whatever with a 15-year-old kid, and then they got them on video, right? It's a lot. It's great entertainment. It is great entertainment. So, seeing the looks on her face. Feisty's calling me. What the hell is she want? I can't talk right now, Feisty. I'll call you back. These pedos come on here. And Kent Geddes is on here, and he's like, let's see, there he is right there. And Okay. So he comes on here and he actually writes this. So he knows he's been busted at this point. And this is before the video comes out. And he goes on and preemptively does the didn't do nothing. And he goes on here, he goes, recently I was sought out and targeted by 2 guys who posted on a gay site to meet other guys and said they were 18 years old and convinced me to hang out and invite them to hang out. So I was interested in hanging out because I want to get fucked, and talking to a new person. I never imagined to my surprise these gentlemen showed up, recording me, accusing me of trying to be with a 15-year-old when I thought said person was 18, not 15. I'm not a child predator, nor am I a molester. He's writing this, by the way, on the Discussing Fitchburg Now Facebook page, which is just an amazing cesspool of hilarity. I'd highly recommend joining.
It's a great page.
It is. It's Sam Squalia does a fantastic job moderating that page. So it goes on to say, I'm not a child predator, nor am I a molester. I've never been so thrown by 2 people's actions. Did I chat with said person? Yes, because I was led to believe they were of age. Did I invite said person to watch TV and chill? Yes, I did not. Basically, he goes on and said, I'm a good person. I thought the person was 18. So bold move right there. The preemptive, I'm not a pedo.
Thing. Like, it was like, oh, he's getting a jump on it. He's bearing his own dirty laundry.
Right, exactly. Like, so I'm like,
maybe like people are getting like, somewhat scammed.
Yeah, like I was a little convinced. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, bold move on this dude's part because there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way somebody who knows the video is coming out tomorrow is gonna come on here and say, I thought they were 18 if evidence exists that you thought they were 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Rational thinking wise, yeah, there's no way, but there is.
Because you know how it's going to play out. You know the video, they're going to put it up. And the truth will come out. And to my fucking shock, the video comes out. And guess what? Because he was like adamant about it. Like he posted, like I met him on a gay dating site. And it turns out, let's see what happens. So let's see what happens in the video here. So here's the text messages.
The security guard from the MART bus station did indeed know he was inviting a 15-year-old down to his job while he was working for sexual relations. I know a lot of people are saying we're lying. I know a lot of his family doesn't want to believe this. I wish I could post more of the transcript, but it was so graphic. As soon as I told him that we were 15 years old, this gentleman started sending photo after photo of his private, telling us exactly what he wanted to do and what I would be willing to do.
Pics.
But again, here's the proof. I hope you guys like and subscribe. He admitted to everything.
What grade? He says, what grade are you in? So they're like, I'm in high school. What grade are you in? Don't tell anyone. I won't.
If you have to, if you are, listen, there's a million outlets, no matter what age, gender, what you identify with, whatever, ABC 1, 2, 3. There are plenty of legitimate ways to find partners. Like, whether it's just sexual encounters, whether it's dating apps, whatever. You're on any site, and you have to utter the words, what grade are you in? You are fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. If you're like, and did you see the part where he's like, you probably know my little brother? You see that?
Yeah.
Like, that was the creepiest part for me. The text where he said,
what grade are you in, bro?
Yeah.
Pump the fucking brakes.
Yeah, like he's like, I like basic stuff. I like to be oral. I like to kissing. I'm into nice, slow anal.
Normal stuff.
I'm sorry, slow anal? What's wrong? Like, is your asshole not gaping enough, dude? What's wrong with you? Like, slow anal?
Normal stuff.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, you're telling what you think is a child this,
If you type the words, what grade are you in? And then immediately thereafter, type the words, normal stuff.
Yeah.
There's no hope for you, bro.
Yeah, there really is. What grade? I'm good at discreet. So you're like, he's admitting in there, like, he knows it's wrong. He's trying to hide something. I'm in high school. I won't tell anyone. We could talk about our business only. Here's my cell number. I'm pretty chill and understanding. And there he is. I'm 15. You probably know my little brother. That was the creepiest part to me. Because if you have a little brother that age, right, and you love them, and you're like, what if somebody did that to your brother? And you're just fucking cool with it. Like, that's fucking creepy. That's so weird.
It's not creepy when you're a sick fuck. When
Yeah,
you're a
you're
sick
right.
fuck.
You are.
Probably know my little brother seems like just like, conversation over fucking tea at
Yeah.
lunch.
So let me just watch this video real quick.
It was on camera,
Here's
so
what
I hope this guy gets some help. I apologize for the cameraman. It gets better at 2:30, 2:40. We got a lot more coming. Please like sick stuff. I am going to be posting the transcript on my other page.
Here he is.
Hope you guys enjoy. Don't leave. Hey, I'll send it to everybody. You can either talk to me or I can give it to the cops. You choose. I don't know who you are. I know. I got your whole transcript. You were talking to me, not my little brother. You were talking about a 15-year-old kid. I got you on camera. I got your license plate. You can either talk to me and I won't go to the police, or you can run away. And the first thing I'm doing is giving them the transcript, and you'll be brought up on felony charges for soliciting a minor. Would you rather answer my questions and talk? I'll answer your questions. Nobody's going to see this. Okay? I'm not here to hurt you.
So right there, as soon as you say I'll answer your questions, you're guilty. Like if you were innocent in this situation, like dude, who the fuck are you?
You would be like,
The
who
fuck
the
out,
fuck is...
dude.
Yeah.
The fuck are you? You ain't the fucking cops. Get the fuck out of my face, dude. He's like, I'll answer your questions. As soon as you say that, motherfucker, you are guilty. You're done.
All right. I'm here to talk to you.
If you walk up to my car window in the Walmart parking lot for any reason whatsoever, I'm like never gonna roll that window down. Period.
Right.
They
Exactly.
might be like, oh yeah, so what do you want to know?
That's another good point. That's another good point. Like some creep, some dude
Right.
comes over with a fucking cell phone and is like, yo, what's up with you, dude? Like, get the fuck out
What's
of
going
here.
on?
Yeah.
No.
So we had these guys on the other day. What do you think of them? Do you like the vigilanteism or no?
You know what? I actually do. I really do. I get I'm almost kind of concerned for this group because they're just like this sort of rogue, side group. I don't know. Maybe the cops should be there. I just feel like maybe one of these times they were going to do this and someone's going to be actually even more insane.
Yeah, they're in
I
the
don't know, shoot someone.
they're in the comments right now.
But
They said they got some good.
And maybe people don't like the way that they go about doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But what they're doing, at bottom line, is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And this was the first of two this week from them, correct? Because the other one
They
was
got 3 in a week. Yeah, 3 in 1 week. They got 3 pedos in 1 week. They got the guy who is a really violent offender. The guy from Leominster. They got
who's
him.
a coach.
The coach. Yeah, been to jail for fucking kids. They got him. That was, and he's the only one of the 3 that I know that has definitely been arrested since because of that video. So
Yes.
a violent offender was put away. That's a good thing, no doubt about it. Number 2 was Mark Jenkins, the basketball coach from Notre Dame Academy, who was
That's what
trying
I'm thinking of.
he was trying to fuck in the family bathroom at Walmart, which is fucking weird. It's all weird. And then there's this dude, and Mark Jenkins tried walking away and being slick and stuff like that. And then there's this dude, which was just hilarious because he went on goddamn discussing Pittsburgh now. He tried to say didn't do nothing when he knew he did. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Like the equivalent of starting off a post saying, "I'm not racist, but."
But there's going to be a video coming
I'm
tomorrow.
not a dipper.
And I said the N-word a lot, but I'm totally not racist. I'm framed, that's literally the equivalent of that. It's that'd be like Donald Trump.
But I do.
If Donald,
I think MP is fucking great for what they're doing, and it's not. There's a lot of effort that goes into what they're doing, and it's not to be taken lightly. These people are clearly fucking crazy and should be outed, and I respect them so much for that. I just hope they do it as safely as possible. I guess that's my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is you never know when people, that whole fight or flight, when you're caught in the act, you never know. People are unpredictable as shit, especially fucking Skinners. So that's my biggest thing. Is I just hope they're as safe as possible about it. But I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, no, totally. So I think they get the job done. I'm a fan. I like what they do. They're in the comments right now. They're promising more good videos. I look forward to seeing what happens. I do hope that if you catch a bad guy, call the police. But I think I can do my part in continuing to write about them and give even more press to what is going on out there. I'm going to call from California. Is one of you turtle riders from Marysville? I'm not answering that. Anyway, why don't we do a little why don't we do a little Q&A, Ask Turtle Boy. Whatever you guys want to ask, go ahead, ask it away in the comments right now. I'll answer as many questions as I can before we call it a night. God damn, can I answer this real quick? This California number won't stop calling me.
Yeah, sure. Do it up.
Hello? Turn your
I can't hear him.
What is happening right now? What is this? You got to turn the volume down, Ratchet. Whoever that Ratchet is from Marysville, California.
Yeah, the last person that called in,
Yeah.
the interference I think is from them live streaming in the background, and that's all I could hear.
So if you guys want that Ratchet's phone number that just called up, it's 530-434-7651. So that day to go. If you call up and fucking fuck with me during the show, I'm gonna fucking put your phone number on blast. Period. Anyway,
I can't hear what they
yeah,
I have no idea.
it was somebody being Ratchet and shit. It's like no, that ain't how it works. All right, so no, it wasn't Feisty. No. I have her number. Let's see. They're fucking calling again. Hello. They're just saying the N-word over and over again. I'm blocking them. Anyway, people are saying in the comments, let's see, how did court go with Hadassah? I talked about that the other day. I won. It was didn't go anywhere. So another victory for Turtle and Court. Yay. Other questions people are asking. Turtle, did you hear the guy who left the baby in the car at Twin River? I did not. Send me it, please. Let's see. Kylie Kirkpatrick was news on that. Update on Kylie Kirkpatrick's story. She has been ruled yesterday in court in Napa Valley that she is what's called a vexatious litigant, meaning a person that's bringing forward frivolous lawsuits so often. And once you're labeled as a vexatious litigant, you can't sue anymore. We need that in Massachusetts, some of these vexatious litigants out there. All right. Other questions. Let's see. Did a Ratchet call you? It's just every time I pick up, all I hear is the background of the show. So it's someone listening to the show, and they're just saying the N-word over and over again. So I'm not taking their call. Anyway, thank you there. Rich Bridges says, great show. Great hoodie, Rich. Love having you on. Other questions. Let's see. Follow up with Kylie K. So I'm hearing rumors, guys, with Kylie K, too, that an arrest might be coming. So stay tuned for that. I don't know for sure, but I hear through the grapevine, so keep your ears to the ground with that one. Thoughts on Kirk? I love Kirk Minihane. I wish him nothing but the best. It's very sad what he posted today that he's going on leave with the show. I don't know. I mean, I'm friends with Steve, too. I got to give him a call, see what's going on. Because, I mean, what do those guys do now? Like, does the Kirk Minihane show go on with Kirk Minihane? I don't know. Like, is it the Steve Robinson show? Maybe they need a fill-in. Maybe I'm the guy that call him from the bullpen to take over for a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But best of luck to Kirk because, in all seriousness, as much as we enjoy the show, he's got more important things that he needs to take care of, in his personal life. Other questions. Let's see. Let me see. Forgot to mention. Let's see. Did you get arrested? No, I did. I have not been arrested yet. I have avoided arrest. I'm still out here. I'm still free. And we will have. Trust me. You guys will all find out the whole story in time. But sometimes it's better to just hold off on shit. Let's just put it that way.
Someone wrote that you need to put the link to the shop.
The shop. It's right on the store. It's right here. So on the website, you go shop right here. See that button? And it brings you to the Turtle Boy shop. We're currently working on getting this transferred over to the page. You can get nice little gear in there, etc. There you go. Look at this. You can get some CBD in here. I highly recommend the CBD. That might be why I was smiling this afternoon. All right. Yeah. So other questions here. There's no
Someone
better.
wrote, no one wants to be arrested on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting arrested on a Friday sucks.
Yeah, especially, because in this particular one, I don't know all the details, but like, I think there's a good chance if I got locked up, it would be 90 days, no bail. Like, that's what they're saying with this. That's fucked up. If that's the plan, and this is a real case of didn't do nothing. Like, I don't violate harassment orders. I don't fuck around. I just speak truth to power. That's all I do. I can't help it. I would never violate a harassment order. I would never violate a court order, etc. So I don't know what people want. Other questions people ask there. Let's see. There's no better podcast than Jerry's on Thursday. Completely agree with that one. Completely agree. Do you ever listen to the Jerry podcast, Merrimack? Are you a podcast person? Merrimack?
Me?
Yeah. You a podcast person? You listen to podcasts?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, I try to keep up with stuff.
Have you ever listened to me
As much
on the
as possible.
Callahan podcast?
To what?
You ever listen to me on the Jerry Callahan podcast every Thursday? You're a busy chick, so I don't know if you have. No, you do. That's a no. That's
Maybe
okay.
a handful of times.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, I mean, it's different. It's like we talk about sports and politics, so if that's not your cup of tea, it is what it is. People are asking, when does Ratchet Madness start? I'm like fucking excited for Ratchet Madness. And
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for Ratchet Madness. I always am. Like every fucking
it's like
March,
fourth
yes. But I feel like this year we
Yeah.
have I think it's a heavy caseload.
Oh, absolutely. And we do it in April because we don't want to compete with the real March Madness. And, it's like I have made a decision that I am going to include the Ratchet we all are talking about. You know what I mean? I've made a decision they're going to be in. People who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. They're going to get in. I'm going to put them in.
No, and I know that people have asked that.
Yes.
And it's been like, well, no comment, and I didn't even know this until right now. So
Some fucking phone
I'm
numbers
happy
call
about
me
that.
from Chicopee. If this is the same fucking people.
wow.
Hello? See? Just people saying the N-word.
Same shit.
Yeah, cool. Really, really cool. Try not to be arrested. So it's out of my hands. You know I'm not going to do nothing. But, like, you saw that post today that Turtle Boy Sports Facebook page put up. And if I posted that, that would be a violation, right? No doubt about it. That would be a violation of the harassment order. And I'd be in jail right now. So the fact that I'm not, think about that one for a moment. And think about what happens. Let's see, anything else? Any thoughts about a new book?
And that's fine. I mean, I feel like that's why I'm glad we talked before I came on tonight, because it was like what can and cannot be talked about
Yeah.
this evening.
Yeah.
But I know I have the inside track, and I think things are on the up.
Things
For
are
sure.
definitely looking good. Absolutely. Other people are asking, any thoughts about a new book? Yes, I've decided I am going to write I Am Turtle Boy Part 2. It's going to be, because like literally, for the last 2 years, like there's been so much new shit coming out. You know what I mean? And
Could you write Turtle Boy Part 2 just based on the last fucking month?
I know, like think of what's happened that I could write about.
Plenty of content there.
Like the first book didn't even contain like the Gaffney flyers. Remember when Mike Gaffney sent a flyer to every single house in fucking Holden?
But that wasn't him.
That wasn't him, right? Sure. Like that was so long ago, but it wasn't even in the book. You know, like we gotta write part 2. So I'm gonna publish another one, probably around the same time, released around the holidays. It's a long way away, but I am gonna get started on that. Any other questions? Let's see. Were you gonna say something?
Someone wrote, it sounds like someone is spoofing numbers to call you and harass you.
Yeah. Whatever.
Because if you have, but to report it for, like, I guess, vulgarity or racial content. So
Oh, okay.
don't answer anymore.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Okay. Laura says Jerry does talk some bollocks. Bullocks or bollocks? How do you pronounce it? He comes across as quite grumpy too. Yeah. So Laura is a liberal, which is fantastic. I love it. And Jerry's a radical. He plays a role. He's like plays the grumpy old guy conservative. But like Jerry's actually pretty freaking laid back. Like he has Reamer on Mondays, and Reamer is literally like a flaming liberal, Bernie loving homosexual, and they get along great. If you were actually like hated liberals as much as he pretends to, he could not have Alex Reamer on his show. It would be impossible. Any other questions you guys have? Sports and politics, not revenge. I'll give you that. He needs more revenge. I'm a revenge guy. Like, that's my specialty. But I don't call the shots with Jerry. So whatever he wants in his show, I'm just honored to be there. We got to get Unc on Joe Rogan. That would be cool. Seems a little bit way above our pay grade, though. Joe Rogan's as big as it gets. Do you think Jerry reached out to Kirk? I bet you he has. Jerry's a good guy. Let's see. Any other questions? Yeah, there's some good contenders. Oh, God, Amanda Sawyer's here. I'm not even going to acknowledge her because she's fucking crazy. But Amanda will definitely be in Ratchet Madness. Definitely. She's earned her spot. I don't know if she'll be a 1 seed, though, because she's just like, I don't know if Amanda's really Ratchet so much as she is just freaking crazy, you know? Just absolutely wild and entertaining. And Amanda, like, I flirted with you a little bit there at the beginning. I was very charming to you. I had you charmed. I had you wrapped around my finger. I got you to call in from the freaking loony bin. Come on, Amanda. Come on. It's true.
Is the person that's commenting as Brett actually Brett? Because at this point, well, I can't even keep track.
Brett just texted me and said that he's getting messages from a burner app, getting calls from a burner app too. So I feel like I'm not even going to acknowledge them. Yeah. Other questions. What was that?
I said because his 2 comments just showed up right at the end of this thread. So I don't know if it's actually him.
Yeah. So I'm the victim and playing. Okay, I'm not even reading her. She's fucking. It's the same shit with her over and over again. She's not interesting anymore. It's just like she's never gonna go away. She's always here. She's a disease. We're stuck with her, but she's our resident crazy person. And what she doesn't understand is
she's the gift that keeps on giving.
Right. And by being here, what she doesn't realize, like coming and clicking on her shit every day, like you're a Turtle Rider. Like you're one of us now.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Thanks.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Any other questions before we call it a night, folks? Any other questions? You are bad, Unc. Why? Because I flirt? I'm a little flirty. I can't help it. I'm very charming, I swear. Unc, who do you want to play in Leah's movie? That's a good question. I'd have to think about it. I don't know, what do you guys say? I mean, people say I look like Sean Penn, but I'm also like 30 years younger than Sean Penn. I get Spicoli a lot. People used to call me Spicoli. But that was also like an 80s movie, so I don't know. You've seen, obviously, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right?
Spicoli, man. Are you going to order a pizza?
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, I was thinking, Mr. Hand, since it's like we're both here, isn't it like our time? Yes, Mr. Spicoli, it is our time. We'll share this pizza, yeah. Yeah, Mega Mort, I just made your...
if you buy that van, that's the only way it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Any other questions, guys? Do you believe those movie rights are real? I mean, she said it. If the movie rights aren't real, then that's a huge fucking lie, she told me. But I believe her. I have no reason to doubt her.
Right. Someone said Anna Kendrick has to play Leah.
Anna Kendrick?
Maybe.
A little, yeah. I could picture that, I guess.
Someone said you look like Gordon Ramsay. That's not true at all.
But he's older than me, too. How old do you guys think I am?
If you were Gordon Ramsay, you could finally say that you went to university.
Yes, Gordon Ramsay. Going to university. Michael Rappaport. Jesus, I'm not like 6'3" and obnoxious and a ginger. Jesus Christ, guys.
Hey, Michael Rappaport's a good guy.
Yeah. All right. Any movement on clearing your emails? I promise that's going to come this week. I was going to do it, Tim, or Celtic Tim, and then shit went down. It's like every fucking day. Shit. Oh, God, don't even get me started. Zac Efron. I don't know if I could pull off Zac Efron. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I have to look back at it. I'll find somebody good. But, All right. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a night? Jeremy Renner. That one I could see. Jeremy Renner a little bit, maybe. You know him, right? The guy he's in a bunch of movies. He was in The Hurt Locker, The Town. He's in a bunch of good movies. I don't know if I could pull up a Jeremy Renner, though. Ed Norton, a little bit older. We'll see. I don't know.
Or Matt Damon.
Come on. Matt Damon, give me a break. No. Anyway, any last-minute questions you guys have before we call it a night? By the way, we also have another sponsor, but I don't want to, they're going to give away, but it's unclear what tickets they're giving away. So I'm going to give them a full read in the next show once this is all cleared up. But you guys notice Ellis Fire, they're a new advertiser that we have. They're doing a great work over there, doing a great job. They're big supporters of what we do, and we're big supporters of them. And we are, I have to link their Facebook page to the ad right now. It links to the website. So they are also going to be doing a giveaway for tickets and shit. We just have to decide what that is, and I will do a full read for them when that happens. So check out Ellis Fire. Props to them. It takes a lot of balls to advertise with Turtle Boy, you know? You know what? You're going to get fucking angry emails and shit. So Biden winning the South Carolina primaries. It was a done deal. Everybody knew he was going to win. It means nothing. Bernie's still probably going to get the nomination. Any other questions? You guys have 4 to call it a night.
Someone wrote
What'd you say?
Joe Pesci and Devin Sawa. You guys are just reaching.
Joe Pesci? Give me a fucking break, guys. All right, so I guess that's it, guys. We will call it a night, and we will see you guys on Tuesday for the next show. All right? Peace, Turtle Riders.
Bye, turtles.